straight up. I'ma be my own hero. Send love to the top. I'ma be my own hero. As for tonight, I'ma be my own hero. I'ma live life. I'ma be my own hero. Yo, this is Adaeze for Gine On magazine. Stay tuned for what we got coming next. We're Gine On.
We're Gine On. Hey, this is Empress Zinga, and this week's feature is going to be none other than Adaeze.
Woohoo!
What's going on, girl?
I'm great.
You great?
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
I was supposed to say what's going on, but you don't replace what's going on with what's going on. So I can say what's going on.
You can, yeah.
What's going on, Zinga?
What's going on?
Hey, cool.
Well, to start off, there are many questions that we're going to get to. But the first one is more along the lines of you doing so many different things.
Yeah.
Are you a singer? Are you a poet? Are you a musician? A producer? Who is Adaeze?
I'm a vibe architect. I bring you vibes. So whatever I'm doing, I can do it vibey. I just love art, period. And fortunately, the universe was like, here, be talented. And so I just like to get my hands into everything. Because I was doing so much by myself for so long, I had to learn a lot of different things. But I would say the the thing I can remember doing first was probably writing.
Okay.
But a bit of everything: songwriter, producer, musician, poet, editor, director, dancer, and cat rescuer.
Yes. I see Buddy is right here on your lap just chilling out.
Yes.
Hey, Buddy. Oh, Lord. Sorry, boy, go back to sleep. Alright, so my next thing that I'm going to ask. Obviously, people would want to know how you got started, because you don't wake up becoming a musician, a writer, a producer, a poet in one day. There probably was a catalyst to all of this. So how did Adaeze start?
I feel that I was always into music. So in secondary school and so on, I was playing instruments. I was in bands, orchestras, choirs, that sort of thing. But I would say it started when I was going to school in Florida, and I had nothing to do. I was walking about, and somebody gave me a flyer, and it was saying, "Come to this spoken word workshop." And to tell you the truth, I didn't really know what spoken word was at the time. But I went to it, and I was just so in awe of the fact that you could write something and then perform it. Because up to that point, I was just writing things and like putting it in a book. Sometimes showing my mother, sometimes not. But I was just in awe of the whole performance aspect of it. And I was like, bet, I want to do that. And the same night after the workshop, they had a show. So I went back to my dorm room, picked up my thing that I used to write things in, and that was the first time I performed, and I was real scared, and I read it off the paper, and I probably sounded real monotone and stink, but I really enjoyed it. And from then people were like, we're having a show, come and perform. And it just grew from there. And then from the spoken word came rap, because I was starting to feel like I was left out music, so I decided to put the poetry to the music, and then rap. Yep.
Having fake deep thoughts like you smoking fake weed. You a square with your craft, man, you making fake cheese. Never bear fruit cause you plant fake seeds. I write my own bars, I could never fake these.
Well, I remember seeing a picture of you every long time since. With you, I believe, I can't remember now because it was so long, but you were on a truck or a float or something, and you was playing a steel pan.
You sure that was me?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I think it was maybe at like a Pan Panisan or something.
Yeah.
And that was real long ago, maybe like a decade or more. But yeah, I learned to play steel pan in Antigua when I was living in Antigua for a little while. And you know, Antiguan pan people real dope. And so that's where I kind of got my passion for it. And when I would come back, people would ask me to play in whatever band. So that, yeah, I play a lot. I just love music. I like.
So how many instruments do you play?
Do I play well? Okay. Over the course of my 27 years, I think I've played around 7 instruments, but I fell off a lot of them. But if I was to pick them back up and practice, I would probably be alright. But there were periods when I was playing certain instruments and performing those instruments. I count the ones that I have performed playing. So yeah, about 7 or so.
So you're trying to be Prince?
I'm trying to be Adaeze, which means actually King's daughter. So I guess I'm trying to be Prince's sister. There you go.
We've been talking about music and instruments and whatnot. Let's go a little deeper now into Adaeze now. I'm building your own studio, your own life, really, because music is your life. How was that as an indie artist? Like, I can't even begin to fathom building a studio and then producing my own work on my own. Like, did you get help?
Fathom it. Yeah, I had help in terms of finances. So the universe sent me a gracious investor. So that was where I had the help. Also in terms of like where to put things and what to buy. Yeah, I didn't know. I was clueless. So I just asked people some questions, people that I know would have been in the industry longer than me and just would know. So I asked a lot of questions, got it set up. David Graham, shout out to him. He helped me physically set up some stuff and told me, give me like a shopping list and all that. So yeah, I got that done, and then from there I had to learn how to produce. And then I produced, and it was great. It was fun. It was honestly, it was one of the best periods for me because I didn't go anywhere.
Wow.
I was just like in my own world and just making music that I enjoyed, and fortunately some people enjoyed it as well. And I can't ask for more than that. Like, recently I've been thinking, like, I had to reevaluate, like, what are you doing this for? And I decided it's for happiness. So as long as I'm happy doing what I'm doing, then I'm good. And my studio has created that space for me to just be happy. Like, it don't matter what's going on outside those walls, it's just my happy place.
So if anybody, indie artists, wanted to make a studio, what advice would you give them?
Get true. Go for it. No, I would just, really, it's just a matter of budgeting. I think people try to go for equipment, and I'm that type of person where it's like, I might do it whatever. So don't necessarily feel hindered by finances to maybe you feel that you're not able to get the equipment that you need. Whatever you have, use it and put it out there, and doing that gets you more of what you need, because at least there's some attention. If you're talented, people are gonna see past the bad sound quality or whatever, and eventually it'll get to a place where somebody might say, you never know, man, look, I like what you're doing, but it sounds stink, so come to my studio. Or I like what you're doing, but you need this kind of mic. But you have to just put yourself out there. So I would say just do it. Don't think too hard. No long talk. Just get through.
Now, you mentioned only just a moment ago about, you build your studio, and you said, thankfully, other people enjoyed what you produced.
It's all about inspiration, and your music moved me. Your music made me feel some type of way, and that's what matters.
So now we're going to just travel a little bit in terms of how it has been, I guess, touring around the world, not even the region, but around the world. How has the effect been for you in terms of how people receive the music?
Yeah, honestly, it gave me a lot of hope, and also gave me more cabin fever. So it gave me hope because, just being real, I feel like I've done so much and put out so much work, and I don't feel like Bajans get it. And I say that because the response compared to what it is doesn't add up. So in my mind, it's like, okay, maybe Bajans just don't like this sort of thing. You're doing some weird hip-hoppy kind of thing, and like, we don't get it. Shut up, Adaeze. So I feel like it gave me hope that there are people out there who get it and appreciate it and want more of it. So that gave me a lot of hope. And then it also gave me more cabin fever, because every time I would come back, I would be like, I want to go where the action is. So I was able to perform for example, in Mexico, Brazil, we did Trinidad, Canada, and so on. And I think my favorite was Brazil, maybe Mexico, probably Brazil. Brazil, because I know Brazilians just got energy. I got so many hugs, right? I got so many hugs that night. It was just so nice. Yeah, so I mean, that's what I go for. When people connect, even if they can't understand everything you're saying in music, that they have an emotional connection that makes them want to return that love energy to you. That's what I really like, and that's what I'm doing it for. So as Chronic said so wisely, you do it for the love and not the likes. Yeah.
I see you have a tattoo here now.
Oh,
I have to talk about this. A recent addition.
Sorry, Mom.
A recent addition. Can you tell me more about this tattoo here?
This is so cool, right? Because y'all saving me.
Press play.
Right. Y'all saving me so much time because I want to do a little vlog explaining it so I can just direct people to Gine On. Right. Okay, so it's the obvious music reference, but then of course that means equality. That, if you see the line on top, the triangle, that means balance and achieving some sort of balance. And then that triangle is like the Trinity, mind, body, spirit. And the play pause for me means now, like living in now. You're not trying to go back, rewind. You're not trying to speed up things by fast forwarding. You just hear. You either action or you taking time to meditate and pause and stuff. So there's some other meanings in there, but yeah, that's what it means for me.
All right, now let me talk about branding.
Yeah.
And I know that is a big feature for you. You've done a couple of workshops here about branding and how artists should brand themselves and how to move about the industry. Tell me more about the brand Adaeze and also how important it is for artists to have a brand.
It's weird for me to tell you about the brand Adaeze because I always believe that brand is what other people are saying. So what other people have told me is that they see it as something that's just authentic and just like out of the box. So for example, musically, what that means is I ain't gonna do, and I guess it has to do with travels and like leaving Barbados so young and so on, but I find it very hard to do a song that is like a straight hip hop or a straight reggae or a straight soca. I can always fuse that up. So I think when people approach anything that I'm doing, there's always some kind of difference to it, and that's something that people have commented on. But branding for me, why I feel so passionate about it, and maybe why it has ended up being a factor, is that to me branding just means being authentic, being yourself, and to do that you have to know yourself. And then just telling people about it. And why that is important is that going through this whole journey, it has been about career, but also about my personal life. And it's taken me so much work to find out who I am, and then not be ashamed about it, and then tell people. And so I feel like everybody, whether they're artists or not, has a brand. And I think a lot of people struggle with being themselves, and so why I do the workshops and that sort of thing is to help artists understand that that's really what it's about. I think a lot of artists perhaps struggle with the brand because they just don't know who they are, and they don't know what they want to give, and they don't know what they want to share. So my branding workshops tend to be more like, yeah, it's got the tactics and all of that, but a lot of it has to do with me just getting to the root of who a person is. So that's why I love that aspect of the industry and why I focus on it a lot.
Okay, so I'm going to be asking you some more intimate questions, and like I said, you could tell me that ain't none of my business, you could tell them that ain't none of them business, and we going forward down the road. Now, some people have stated that they don't understand you. Sometimes they seem confused about who you are. Some people find you quite androgynous. That's a boy, that's a girl. Like, how has that affected you, not only as an artist, but as a person?
Then I don't want a business. But I can still answer your question. Well, if people find me androgynous, it's because I am. So I really don't mind that term. I really like the amount of syllables in that word. Like, I like to see that word, so I cool with that. Otherwise, it used to bug me when I was younger, like a lot younger. So like I'll be walking in town and people just saying all sorts of things anywhere I went. So it really used to bug me. It used to get to me. Now I don't really care. I care so little that I could only say that between the time that it used to matter and now I did a lot of work, so it don't matter. But I'm indeed a girl, a woman. Actually, in fact, I can take it a step further. I'm just a soul, okay? And I'm just in this body. I am a soul. I am that. I am.
I like that. If you want more, you can actually and get cussed. Alright, so now we are going to go into something to me that is really exciting. It actually came about from what we were speaking about before in terms of society and how they want to see you, how you've been attacked in circumstances, and it's called face depression. I have to say that it is phenomenal, at least for me, if nobody else don't feel so, and it has helped me quite a lot because I go through the same thing. So could you please go through like telling us what sparked this movement and why you decided to create face depression?
Well, first of all, I am so happy that it has done something for you. That's rewarding, and it's for that very reason that we started, so that people will feel less alone. So basically what it is just a social media campaign where we raise awareness about depression, what it is, what you can do to cope with your symptoms, but we also share people's stories, so people who would have gone through depression or relatives of people who've gone through depression, and pretty much like you said, for a lot of people what it was an instance of realizing that, hey, I'm not the only person that feels this. Oh shoot, I thought I was crazy. And I think that's done a lot for a lot of people. You may know that Jamaica has a high incidence of suicide, and so that was the next place that we decided to open a chapter. And so we were able to do that in 2016, maybe July of 2016. And that was well received as well, really well received. So it's something that we want to keep going forward. We have a lot of plans for it. Honestly, one of the challenges is balancing, because face depression is really like an entity in itself. So balancing that and balancing the music career. But because I've seen how people respond to it, and I know that there will be support for it, I know that whatever we do going forward will be well received. And so I'm excited about what's to come for face depression. Yeah.
I tell everybody this, that I don't prep them, I don't prompt them. I just want it to come from your head, from your heart. Good, that's great. It's gonna keep you on your toes. What is it that you, Adaeze, want to be remembered for, or what is it that you want to leave behind?
It's love. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I want to be known as somebody who loved everybody, and so that is what I really aspire for, because I believe, now we're getting into my beliefs, philosophy. No, but I believe God is within us, and it's in everybody, whether or not you believe.
And love is really what it is.
We at Gine On magazine got so much love for Adaeze. You can check her out everywhere online at Adaeze Lyrics and listen to her album Day One on AdazeLyrics.com. And you know what? We can see you somewhere sometime soon.